not that close to the camera. I need to get closer.
That felt close.
Hey-o!
That was closer.
Hey-o squared.
You'd
Did I
have
get it twice?
you'd have to say a lot more because 1, 2 squared would be 2 more times.
No, it's 1 squared.
1 squared is 1.
Oh yeah, true.
Duh.
Yep. Hey-o! Hey-o! Hey-o squared.
This is so annoying.
No, it's not.
Happy Sunday. I'm James.
I'm Judge Evie.
And I guess we're here on Living for Crits. And gotta say, it's welcome to the Walls Dungeon Tavern. And we are live on Twitch, or
Yes, we
not
are.
live on YouTube. One or the other. And I don't know. The dog's back. There's Ridley. What does he want? What do you want, Ridley? Cameo? Not today. Come over here. You want a cameo? Come over here, okay? Ridley's here. All right. What do you want to show, Ridley? What's going on? You've already eaten. You've been outside. There's nothing else you could want. All right. Well, looks like Greg and Sarah are here. We got a few more viewers. So, can you smell that? The sign is not up yet. No, because the sign's going to go right there, but we haven't put it up yet. Sorry. Hasn't happened yet. We're just not great. Thanks, Rob. He is a cute dog. He is a very good boy. He is trouble though. Not really. He's actually a really great dog. I'll just pet him while we talk here. All right. So, can we smell that? And the dog, I think, showed up. We have a whole show about smelling things today.
No, you can't show that one yet.
Any of them?
Show this one. Show the back sides. They can't see the real
Okay, I'm
Show the back
smelling
side.
a backside. Smells pretty good. All right, for all the fantasy age and dragon age and modern age gamers out there, I hope your perception smelling focus is ready to roll, because that's what tonight's about.
I wonder who picked this topic.
I think you did.
Couldn't be me.
It was you. You picked the smelling topic.
We have lots of new smellies. Like, look at this.
Don't show them yet. We're gonna get to the smelling soon.
Look at all these smellies.
Let's talk about what's going on in gaming over here right now.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's also important.
this week was session 4 of our Tavern Tale 1 Fantasy Age gaming.
Would you like me to explain it again?
What
we
would
only
happen
lost 4 people last time I did it. Maybe we can lose. Actually, that would lose everyone.
No, don't. We already
I can
lost somebody.
explain-
'Cause
okay, so-
the second
so
you
that-
mentioned going, no, don't explain what happened in Fantasy
Okay.
Age this week. You can say a little bit what happened in Fantasy Age this week.
I don't really remember.
The dolls.
Oh, yeah. So there were these dolls, and we had this birthday party for this person, and I forget their name. But it was a child. Talia?
Tilda.
Tilda.
Lil T.
Like Matilda, but without the M. So just Tilda.
And you're right, because her mom was dead.
Okay. That's sad.
Wasn't where the name came from.
And basically, we had to throw this party at the bar. We couldn't give her, like, drinks, though, because she's a child. And
a doll. Let's speed this up. A doll showed up. The
Wait,
doll multiplied.
stop.
The doll multiplied, and that was the session. And they had to kill the dolls.
that was such a boring description.
It was a much better session, but we don't want to just.
I love how when I talk, I lose 2 people. When you talk, you get 2
Two people came on.
That's
And look at
not
that.
nice.
Sarah still has trauma from that session. Good. That's how any good game should be. We had our second session today of our Tavern Tale Mystic Quest, which is also Fantasy Age. Same universe as their Tavern Tale game for Fantasy Age. But it was with Cooper, and he did another stealth rogue mission. The table is still kind of set up for it. And that will also be the site of our Frostgrave game tomorrow, round 2 of Mice versus Bunnies, or Bunnies versus Mice. Our first round this week was a draw, and it should be a good time, or a bad time. It'll be a time. We have a little bit of stuff to show off right now. Let's show off first off my Frostgrave Perilous Dark arrived.
Where's the...
Oh, my shoe fell off. I gotta say, Amazon, not too happy with the condition of the book, and I give it back to you, but I feel bad for Osprey Games, so I'm not gonna give it back to you because I feel like they would get lose out on this. But dudes, I mean, come on, man, this could have been kept better. But Joseph McCullough is an awesome dude, and so is everything with Frostgrave. I love Frostgrave. A second edition is on pre-order, so that came. What else came this week? The other two. Oh, no, that's last.
Oh.
Stuff next to it.
This stuff.
Yeah, grab that next. We also got our Kickstarter rewards for Studio 9's Strange Night at the Pint and Pony and 101 City Adventures, or City Encounters. Now, just keep it steady.
I was gonna do that.
Just keep it steady.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you can't be doing all this stuff. All right, steady. Now show it. Show the stuff. And flip the other one.
I have to give them time to view it.
There we go. So that was cool that that stuff arrived. And if you didn't get yours yet, hopefully you will soon. And finally, the other awesome thing that showed up this week was...
This stuff?
Yes, that stuff.
Not this stuff.
That stuff is for discussion purposes for Greg's question. This stuff, which is our Dwarven Forge Hellscape stuff.
Here, look.
Which is awesome because
You're like,
if you shine a light underneath of it, it glows.
oops.
There are glow plates for them, but I didn't get those. I didn't kickstart for that much. I think it looks pretty cool without it, but then I saw it with it, and it looks like absolutely radical. So if you've never played with Dwarven Forge, yeah.
Why'd you say radical?
'Cause I like radical.
Absolutely radical.
You know, with Dwarven Forge, it's kind of like Legos for adults, which Legos can be Legos for adults. But we have a lot of the Caverns Deep stuff, but this is the Hellscape stuff, and that's lava, and that's wonderful. So anyway,
Look, it's yellow.
very happy with it. Yeah, the bottoms are yellow and translucent. Also this week, I brought some miniatures out. I can't really show them well on camera, but this is like what I finished this week. This is for my 30 days, 30 miniatures. This week I finished a half giant. I finished quite a few miniatures. I'm very proud of my half giant.
Where's the statue?
Oh, it's away. Don't worry about that statue. I did a Carnotaurus. I did a fertility goddess,
He looks like ketchup.
which isn't here. And then finally, I did a blood-splattered war chef, which is finally
it's you.
done. It's me. It's my miniature. It's a blood-splattered... Well, it has blue eyes,
Why'd you
though.
cover yourself in blood?
Because I thought it was like spritzing blood. You take the... So the blood technique is you take the brush, you put paint on it, and a little bit of water, and you pull back, and you let the brush bristles flap and stuff. And I was able to get it... Usually you just do it on the blades and stuff. But I covered the war chef in it. You really can't tell, but he looks pretty gnarly. His eyes do look better than this. It doesn't look good on this camera. Anyway. Yeah, the war chef was fun. That was from Hero Forge. This is a Reaper Pewter. And this is Reaper Bones. So, the war chef will be a cool feature in some upcoming games. So, anyway, I think I'm like 17 or 18 miniatures down. I'm on day 17, I believe. All right, so we have some Judge Evie Presides questions.
Judge Evie Presides.
Remember, you can always send these to dccjudgeevie@gmail.com. We have some comments here on the screen. Let's see. Savage Rob said there's a new Kickstarter by Free League Publishing for a new Twilight 2000, a World War III post-apocalyptic RPG. So amazing. That seems like very, I don't know, present. I don't know. I'm having a hard time with post-apocalyptic. But if that is up your alley, then make sure you check that out. And then Sarah said, boo, Amazon. And there are fairy lights to put under them. What are fairy lights?
The things are back a sneeze.
Back a sneeze.
Things on my bed that
That
like I
popped?
wrapped around my bed frame that
That
lit up.
shattered?
No.
Oh. Anyway, question number 1.
This is from Greg. After a few years ago, I played in a Dragon Age tabletop game using the Age system. It had 3 classes: Mage, Rogue, and Warrior, and 29 backgrounds derived from the video game's nationalities. How many backgrounds does Fantasy Age have?
Greg, that is a great question. We actually split the questions this week into one Evie will handle and one I will handle. And I'm taking this one. So this is Dragon Age, and I have 2 copies of the book. This is my busted cover one because I dropped it. This is like a 450-page book. It is a hefty tome.
I'll model it.
There you go.
Oh, it's hefty.
And you're right. In Dragon Age, you combine your nationality and your species, your race, your species, your ancestry, and that is what becomes your background. So, for instance, your character might be a surface dwarf or Teventer Soparati, and then your class will be either mage, rogue, or warrior. And then after you take those later on in the game, you get your specializations, which will add, like bard or duelist or ranger, things like that. And Fantasy Age does it a little bit differently. So in Fantasy Age, and I brought out 2 books, the Fantasy Age Basic Rulebook and the Companion. You are going to pick one of several species, ancestries to choose from. You can the main book has like humans and elves and dwarves and orcs, as well as I think a couple of gnomes, halflings. The Companion has a few books, like beast folk are in here, as are blooded, like Evie's character, who's part monster, like she's vampire blooded.
No, we're not.
Or Drac, which are like dragonborn type characters, and then Orion are like constructs. Okay, so and then on top of that, you roll on several background tables to get what your background is. So it's a combination of you aren't just going to be not every elf has the same background. So you may be an elf and your background is that you are a church officer, the religious background, or maybe you are a drac and you are your background is bandit. And there also is the option to split these, so you're half and half of 2 backgrounds. If you want to say you're a half orc, half human, half orc, something like that, you can do that. The other thing, like our player in our game, Maggie, has, is she is half gnome, half drac. So we call her character a Nodra, and it's helped infuse all kinds of cool history into our game. So there are all kinds of options to play from, and as GMs, you can be encouraged to try or to mix up what you think will make the most sense for your game. Maybe you don't want to have one species in your game or one ancestry. Maybe you want to have everything in there, and total kitchen sink. Overall, I don't know, I've really enjoyed Fantasy Age so far in the 6 games I've run. What's your take so far?
It's pretty snazzy.
You say about everything, though.
I know.
But, like, you want to say anything else about Fantasy Age?
I'm trying to think of a word. It's pretty snazzy.
Speaking of words, why don't you read your question?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this one.
You do like it, right? Because you come across like, I don't like it.
I don't say that.
No, I know you enjoy the game, but like we're on camera now, it's like I'm not going to say nothing.
I don't say anything about anything.
All right, read your question.
You can't tell me I'm wrong.
All right, read your question.
I don't.
Go ahead.
This one is from Dev, and it says, "Hi, Judge Evie. What are your favorite spells or magic effects as a player, especially ones that make the game more interesting? Dev." Oh, okay.
I lied. I am going to input something in this, but you get to go first.
Okay, so my favorite spell is Word of Command because it adds the flair and it can change the game very drastically. Like, I can't call you Freckles. Okay, so it can change.
Just over the phone.
Like, okay, so say you have like a goblin.
Why does it change
friend.
the game more than Magic Missile does?
I'm reading it. I'm about to get into that.
Okay.
And you interrupted me. Okay, so basically, say there's like a goblin and you want to be like, make it your friend or whatever. You can command it and then it can be your friend. And you have a goblin friend, then it adds someone to your party.
That's Charm Person.
No.
Word of Command lets you boss somebody around with like a couple things.
Yeah. I Word of Commanded that one person in our one game in the tree, and then he was our friend the rest of the game.
Okay, I think we allowed that.
That's
It was
what
a really high roll, though.
It probably was.
A really high roll on anything in DCC changes the game.
Exactly. Changing my answer now. Every spell changes the game in its own and unique way. Boom! That was a great answer. That would have gotten like an A on a paper because I made that connection.
I don't think it would have.
Yes, it would have. Because I made
Bossing
that
them
connection.
around is the best way to make friends, as Dev says. Dev said it just like you probably did his voice. My favorite magic effect, if I'm going to go into DCC, is I still say the spell stipulations for DCC Lankmar are my favorite. Nothing was more fun when I was running DCC Lankmar than having the character who had to face a certain direction before they could cast a certain spell. And then being underground, having to actually figure out what direction they were facing, and the dog is back.
Ah, he's stepping on me.
So that was a lot of fun. I love spell stipulations. I think it makes... Like, DCC Lankmar continues to be my favorite version of Dungeon Crawl Classics. I have a dog here. So
he's ran over all my legs.
those are great questions. Again, send us more questions to dccjudgeevie@gmail.com, and she will read them and torment you. All right.
I won't do that.
Can you smell what the GM is cooking?
Huh?
This is the next part. This is the next part.
It's about smells, not...
Yes. But I'm just saying with...
Oh, because you cook.
No, because that's what The Rock says. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Remember The Rock?
Well, I know who The Rock is. But
That was his tagline.
Like,
that was what his tagline. No, that's what he used to say when he was a wrestler.
But he's not cooking on that.
Anyway, we're discussing smells today.
Yeah, we are.
The smells associated with gaming. Not exactly the smells associated with... We're not discussing those just yet. Put them back. Wait on those. That's for the second... Read the show notes. That's not up yet, okay?
So much work.
So, not just the smells, like, all smells are nostalgic, right? I do miss, as crazy as it is, the Gen Con convention center smell. Not the stinky, like, people who haven't had a shower in a couple of days smell.
Not them.
But, the smells that remind us of gaming. And I've been into scents and smells ever since playing AD&D 2nd Edition, when my friends and I would light candles and burn incense during Ravenloft adventures. And we still burn incense sometimes. I still like incense. We have a special... It's like our Ent burner here. This is we got this at the PA Renaissance Festival a couple years ago. Actually, the one Sarah's on, that was the one that Sarah went to us. We had just met Sarah.
Yeah.
And this is one of our purchases from the Ren Fair that year. And it's kind of cool because you can put cones in the spot below. There's a little cone holder there. Or you can actually put sticks in there. Or alternatively, we found it works pretty well to actually put the stick in his hand and he holds the stick. So this is our incense burner. We're kind of out of stick incense and cone incense, unfortunately. But I do love the smell of incense. And yeah, you can still smell it, right? I love that smell. Like, to me, there is nothing like that smell. And that was something we would constantly do.
It smells so good.
With our games when I was in high school and even college, is we'd burn incense and we'd play role-playing games. So, and incense is something like that just changes the mood. Like, so we have what we call as the fantasy tavern, but any room in your house can be your fantasy tavern when players come over, to just get them in the zone, to have fantasy tavern music playing in the background, to have bardcore. I've been listening to bardcore music, which is like medieval music but takes on modern music. Or alternatively, you can have something. It could be candles. It could be Yankee candles, any kind of candles. But for us, we really find a lot of inspiration in Disney things. So we thought today we would share some stuff from the Magic Candle Company. So Deb says, "Can you smell what the War Chef is cooking?" And Sarah says they have good incense at the dollar store if you're ever on a budget. We don't go out anywhere, though. So, this is the Magic Candle Company.
Nope. Mm-hmm.
And what they do is, it's magiccandlecompany.com. I'll put a link in the show notes. And here, I'll put a link here in the chat, too.
They're cool with Etsy.
So, we have a connection to Disney. So, for me, like, I was thinking about this today. We were playing Numenera with Evie and the eldest. I'm trying to think when that was. You were 6 years old.
I was 6.
No, you were 8 years old.
Okay.
Sorry, 8 years old.
I was
8 years old, playing Numenera in the Pop Century Resort.
What was the Pop Century?
It was Art of Animation. I'm sorry, Art of Animation.
We
So
have a theme
here is
for
the
it.
smell for the Art of Animation Resort, and you pop these over. All of their smells smell like the ride or the park that they're from.
I
So
don't
this
know
one
how.
here, I don't know how either. It's insane. This one smells like the Art of Animation. It smells like their lobby, which is nuts. So for us, we've gamed in so many Disney resorts. So that's a smell to us. Or maybe we have a bunch of smells. Like I remember us happily playing, what did we play at Old Key West? That was Mutant Crawl Classics at Old Key West. And here is the Old Key West smell.
What's this one smell like? I don't remember what this one smells like.
We also have Flying Over Orange Groves. These are wax melts, which is essentially for the Soarin' ride. We have France.
I want to see some.
Show France off.
So we have France, which is like the Epcot Pavilion place. And we have the
for last.
Contemporary, that place. And we have the Polynesian one. This one's the one we did today, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We've actually done some gaming in the Magic Kingdom in Disney World across from Pirates of the Caribbean. We actually played a game at that food court. We played No Thank You Evil.
This is like one of the best
And
ones.
guess what we have here? The Pirates of the Caribbean. So you know what? If you're going to run some piracy games, like maybe you're going to run 50 Fathoms for Savage Worlds, or maybe you're going to run some oh my gosh, why am I freezing up here? There's so many cool games you could run that have a pirate theme. Freeport, something Freeport based. You could be burning that or cooking that wax melt in your house. But maybe you just want to experience the glories of Rome. Maybe you want to do something with would you open up and smell it? Maybe you want to do some like Greco-Roman gaming. And we have the smell Rome burning, which is the exact same smell of Rome burning if you're on the Spaceship Earth ride. And it smells just like the segment of the ride
Best thing.
with Rome burning. I don't know how it smells just like the ride.
And look how beautiful this candle is. Like it's like
Kind of crazy.
perfect.
Greg asked a great question. How does this work with social distancing? Well, the great thing is that, it's about you as a player, maybe, or you as a GM. So maybe you could burn something behind you or next to you. You can always, get yourself in the zone by having a scent. My hair looks terrible. Hold on, let me just fix this. There we go. Gonna just floof it a little bit.
It's very flat.
There we go.
Why is the top so flat?
I combed it straight back.
Oh.
This is better, though, I think. So you're right, Greg. Social distancing can be a challenge. You don't want to have friends over and have that smell going off unless they're in like a closed group. But I am hopefully some people watching this are watching this after the pandemic, maybe, and they're back to having people over. So anyway, Evie picked the topic. So
I did do that.
and there's Greg. It was called Ridley Greg.
Hi,
There's
Greg.
Ridley. Here's Greg. There's Ridley scratching his neck and smelling his own foot. So he has his own scratch and sniff, Dev, that he's thinking of. And he comes back over here. Great.
Don't step on
Nothing
me,
like the
ma'am,
ear
please.
and neck of an 11-year-old dog. And your corn chip foot. Yes, I'm talking about you. Anyway. But yeah, thinking after the pandemic, folks. I'm trying to be forward thinking a little bit here, as much as I can. So I don't know what about smells makes games special, Evie?
I forgot that we actually had the link us back to gaming.
You do.
Yeah.
You picked the topic.
You
You have to
already
like
said that. It
what?
just adds
Hair
to
in your
the-
mouth.
I do.
You did. You not.
It adds to the element of like the feels, like with those things. The incense. Every time you burnt them, I knew people were coming over, cause that's what happened, and it was like the normal gang of people. They just always showed up.
We had normal people coming over.
Yeah.
Like normal people. Normal for us.
Well, no, like it was like the normal group.
I'm messing with
Not
you.
the people.
I'm
weren't
messing with you.
The people weren't normal, but it was like the normal people.
So get out there and find what smells good that you can put in your house.
And burn it all the time.
And burn it all the time.
24/7.
2021.
Get a smell.
And there's the dog panting in the background again.
He
All right.
looks so scary.
He does look kind of scary, just in the
Wait,
edge.
Can we
So let's. He's gonna walk off. Let's move on to the next segment. Kickstarter shout-outs. Dwarven Forge Wildlands is in full swing. This kicked off last Sunday. Holy crap, the top level's like $6,500. I think we are backing right now at the level where I can pick and choose stuff to add because there's a bunch of things I want from each section, but I also, instead of buying a mountain for $2,600, I chose to get Kid 2 a computer because Kid 1 has a computer.
Thank you.
So now they have a computer. That's better than a Chromebook. So there we go. I played the adult. But if you want to get on Wildlands, make sure you check that out. The other thing is Road Crew shoutouts. Bride of Cyclops Con is coming October 16th to the 18th through Goodman Games. Event submission starts tomorrow, my dad's birthday, and badge sales start September 6th. Still thinking of running DCC Lenkmar for that. Our featured organization for good this week, we're going to keep this another week here on the Lebanese Red Cross. After the big explosion in Beirut a couple weeks ago. I know the news cycle moves us through the next crisis week after week, but they are still suffering over there, the folks in Lebanon and Beirut. So, again, the city was already facing COVID. Now they have, it's just terrible what's going on. So, we're going to have the link in the notes. So, it's supportlrc.app/donate. Where can people find us elsewhere?
I live for Crits on Twitter, Living for Crits on Instagram, and search Living for Crits on YouTube.
So stay safe, stay healthy, stay together, and I'm just gonna say Rome burning.
What?
Do yours.
I forgot what this I was gonna say. So I was gonna say sniff.
Good night, everyone.
Night.